Have you found yourself making more trips to the bathroom in the middle of the night lately? You shuffle out of bed, sometimes multiple times, disrupting your sleep and leaving you feeling groggy and tired the next morning. Perhaps your partner is also being woken up. And the frustration of these interrupted nights is starting to take a real toll on your energy, your mood, and your overall quality of life. Many men over 60 simply accept this as an unavoidable part of getting older. But what if I told you that, for many, these frequent nighttime bathroom visits, often linked to prostate health, aren't just random occurrences? What if there's a hidden connection to some very common habits you might be doing every single evening without even realizing it? These aren't complicated medical procedures or expensive treatments. They're simple, everyday actions that could be silently affecting your prostate and your sleep more than you think. In this video, we're going to uncover 5 specific night habits that could be contributing to those frustrating awakenings. We'll explore why they're problematic and, more importantly, what you can do about them, starting tonight. So, settle in and watch to the end, because I've got something for you that will truly surprise you and could make a world of difference. Let's get right into it. Starting with the first habit that might be causing you trouble: your late-night fluid intake. It might seem obvious to some, but it's surprising how often we overlook this simple factor. Many of us get into the habit of grabbing a large glass of water, a cup of herbal tea, or even a fizzy drink right before heading to bed. Perhaps out of thirst or just routine. The problem is, our bodies are still working to process these fluids, and that water has to go somewhere. When you drink a significant amount of liquid in the hour or two before you lie down, your kidneys continue to filter it, and your bladder will fill up. Unlike during the day when you're upright and moving, at night, when you're lying horizontally, your body redistributes fluids more efficiently, and this can actually increase urine production. Imagine your bladder as a balloon. The more you fill it up just before closing your eyes, the sooner it will signal your brain that it's time for a trip to the bathroom, pulling you out of that precious deep sleep. So, what's the actionable step here? It's not about dehydrating yourself or avoiding water altogether. Hydration is vital for good health, especially as we age. The key is timing. Try to shift the majority of your fluid intake to earlier in the day. Aim to drink most of your water and any other beverages before about 6 or 7 p.m. If you feel thirsty closer to bedtime, try to take only small sips, just enough to wet your mouth, rather than chugging a large glass. Think about it a little. Foresight in your drinking habits can lead to a lot more uninterrupted sleep. This also applies to what you eat. Some foods like fruits and vegetables have high water content, so while they are healthy, consuming them in large quantities just before bed might also contribute to late-night bladder activity. It's about moderation and awareness as the evening progresses. This simple adjustment often provides immediate relief for many men. It's a subtle shift, but one that can powerfully impact how often you find yourself walking to the bathroom in the dark. It's about letting your body do its necessary overnight repair work without the constant interruption of a full bladder. Now, closely related to what you drink is the second habit we need to talk about. One that many of us enjoy in the evening but could be quietly disrupting our prostate health and sleep more than we realize. Moving on from just general fluids, the second night habit that can significantly affect your prostate and sleep is the consumption of caffeine and alcohol in the evening. Many of us enjoy an after-dinner coffee or an evening nightcap, perhaps a glass of wine or a beer, seeing it as a way to unwind or socialize. However, both caffeine and alcohol are diuretics, meaning they cause your body to produce more urine. This effect is straightforward. More urine production equals more trips to the bathroom. But it's not just about the volume of urine. These substances can also irritate the bladder and, by extension, an already sensitive prostate. Think about it: if your bladder is feeling irritated and stimulated, it will send signals to your brain that it needs to empty, even if it's not completely full. For men with an enlarged prostate, this irritation can make existing symptoms, like urgency or frequency, feel much worse. Let's break it down further. Caffeine, found in coffee, tea, chocolate, and many soft drinks, has a stimulating effect that can last for several hours in your system. Even if you don't feel wired, that caffeine is still working behind the scenes, making your bladder more active and disturbing your sleep architecture. While you might initially feel sleepy after a hot cup of decaf or a chamomile tea, Many decaf options still contain trace amounts of caffeine, and even herbal teas can have diuretic effects or cause irritation in some individuals. It's truly worth experimenting to see what your body tolerates. The general rule of thumb for caffeine is to cut it off at least 6 to 8 hours before you plan to go to sleep. So, if you're aiming for lights out by 10 p.m., that afternoon coffee at 4 p.m. could still be causing issues for you. Alcohol, on the other hand, is a double-edged sword. While it might initially make you feel drowsy and help you fall asleep faster, it significantly disrupts the quality of your sleep. It suppresses REM sleep, which is the most restorative stage of sleep, and also causes you to wake up more frequently during the night, often with a strong urge to urinate. This is not just because of its diuretic effect, but also because alcohol affects the hormone vasopressin, which normally helps your kidneys retain water during sleep. When vasopressin levels are reduced by alcohol, your kidneys release more water, leading to increased urine production. Furthermore, alcohol can relax muscles, including those around the bladder, making it harder to hold urine effectively. Imagine your body trying to get into a deep, healing sleep cycle. But then alcohol and caffeine are constantly poking your bladder and disrupting that process. The result is a cycle of poor sleep and frequent nighttime bathroom visits. The actionable step here is to drastically reduce or completely eliminate caffeine and alcohol in the late afternoon and evening. This might mean swapping your evening coffee for a glass of water, or your nightly beer for a decaffeinated herbal tea, perhaps one specifically known for its calming properties. It's a commitment, but the payoff in terms of better sleep and fewer prostate-related interruptions can be truly transformative. It's about giving your body the best chance to rest and repair, rather than constantly stimulating it when it should be winding down. Moving on from drinks, let's look at something else many of us enjoy in the evening, but could be silently impacting our sleep and prostate, our dinner plate. The third habit we need to address is eating large, heavy, or very spicy meals too close to bedtime. We've all been there, a delicious, perhaps indulgent, dinner, followed by the comfortable feeling of being full. But when you consume a large quantity of food, especially meals rich in fats, proteins, or very spicy ingredients, your digestive system has to work overtime to process it. This intense digestive activity generates heat and keeps your body's systems highly engaged. Rather than transitioning into a relaxed state ready for sleep, think about it instead of your body winding down for rest and repair. It's still actively working on breaking down that heavy meal. Spicy foods, in particular, can be quite irritating to the bladder and urethra. The capsaicin that gives chilies their heat doesn't just burn your tongue. It can irritate the sensitive lining of your urinary tract, leading to a feeling of urgency or discomfort that prompts those nighttime bathroom trips. Furthermore, heavy or fatty meals can contribute to acid reflux, especially when you lie down. The burning sensation of heartburn can easily wake you up, and even if it doesn't, the discomfort can prevent you from falling into a deep, restorative sleep. When your body isn't getting quality sleep, all its systems, including your prostate, tend to function less optimally. Inflammation, a common factor in prostate issues, can also be exacerbated by a diet heavy in inflammatory foods, especially consumed late at night. So, what's the solution? Aim to eat your dinner at least 2 to 3 hours before you plan to go to bed. This gives your body ample time to digest the food and allows your metabolism to slow down. Opt for lighter meals in the evening, focusing on easily digestible foods. Think lean proteins like baked fish or chicken, steamed vegetables, and whole grains in moderation. Avoid large portions of red meat, fried foods, rich sauces, and anything heavily spiced instead of a large, heavy dessert. Consider a small piece of fruit, if anything at all. Making this shift can significantly reduce the internal activity your body performs overnight, allowing for a smoother transition into sleep and less irritation to your urinary system. It's about creating a peaceful internal environment that's conducive to rest, rather than putting your digestive system into overdrive right before you expect it to power down. And speaking of what we do before bed, the fourth habit is less about what you consume and more about your evening routine itself, prolonged sedentary evenings, and a general lack of evening movement. Many of us settle onto the couch after dinner and don't move much until it's time for bed. While it's certainly tempting to relax after a long day, Being too sedentary in the hours leading up to sleep can have an unexpected impact on your nighttime bathroom visits. Here's why throughout the day, especially if you spend a lot of time sitting or standing. Fluid tends to accumulate in your lower legs and ankles due to gravity. This is a normal physiological process, but it can become problematic at night. When you finally lie down horizontally for several hours, this accumulated fluid from your legs and feet gets reabsorbed back into your bloodstream. Your kidneys then filter this extra fluid, and your bladder fills up more quickly than it would if that fluid had been recirculated and processed earlier in the day. This leads to increased urine production during the night, forcing you to get up more frequently. The actionable step here isn't to start an intense workout routine before bed. Quite the opposite. Strenuous exercise too close to bedtime can actually be disruptive to sleep. Instead, the goal is gentle movement and strategic elevation. Consider taking a short, leisurely walk after dinner, perhaps for 15 to 30 minutes. This helps improve circulation and allows your body to start reabsorbing and processing that lower body fluid while you're still upright and can easily use the bathroom. If walking isn't feasible, simply getting up and moving around the house for a few minutes every hour or so in the evening can help. Even light stretching or doing some chores can be beneficial. Another simple yet effective strategy is to elevate your legs for an hour or two before bed. You can do this by lying on the couch with your feet propped up on pillows, or even just sitting in a recliner. This helps gravity work in your favor, encouraging the fluid to return to your core circulation for processing before you lie down for the night. By consciously incorporating a little gentle movement or elevation into your evening routine, you give your kidneys a head start on processing excess fluid, reducing the volume that needs to be handled once you're asleep, and thereby lessening the likelihood of those disruptive nighttime trips. This simple shift from complete inactivity to gentle engagement can make a noticeable difference in your sleep quality and prostate comfort. Finally, let's talk about the fifth habit, which might surprise you, as it's often seen as a relaxing part of our day: excessive screen time before bed. In our modern world, we're constantly surrounded by screens, smartphones, tablets, computers, and televisions. Many of us find ourselves scrolling through social media, watching a favorite show, or even catching up on emails right up until the moment we close our eyes. While it might feel like a way to unwind, this habit can profoundly impact your sleep quality and, indirectly, your prostate health. The main culprit here is the blue light emitted from these electronic devices. Blue light signals your brain that it's daytime, which suppresses the production of melatonin, the hormone that helps regulate your sleep-wake cycle and tells your body it's time to wind down. When your melatonin production is disrupted, it becomes harder to fall asleep, and more importantly, it disrupts the quality of your sleep. You might find yourself tossing and turning, or waking up more frequently, even if you don't realize why. Poor sleep doesn't just make you feel tired. It has a cascading effect on your entire body. When you're not getting deep, restorative sleep, your body's ability to manage inflammation, regulate hormones, and repair itself is compromised. For men, this can exacerbate prostate symptoms. A well-rested body is better equipped to handle all its systems, including the urinary and reproductive systems, more effectively. Additionally, the content you consume on screens can play a role. Watching stimulating or stressful content, like the news, thrillers, or even engaging social media debates, can activate your fight or flight response, raising your cortisol levels and making it even harder for your body and mind to relax. This increased stress and anxiety before bed can also contribute to overall inflammation in the body, which can impact prostate health. The actionable step here is to establish a digital detox period before bed. Aim to put away all screens at least 1 to 2 hours before you plan to go to sleep. Instead of scrolling or watching TV, engage in relaxing, screen-free activities. This could be reading a physical book, listening to calming music or a podcast, taking a warm bath, practicing gentle stretching or meditation, or simply having a quiet conversation with your partner. Creating a consistent, relaxing bedtime routine signals to your body that it's time to prepare for sleep, allowing melatonin to be produced naturally and promoting a deeper, more restorative rest. You might be surprised at how quickly you notice the difference in your ability to fall asleep and stay asleep. which in turn can lead to fewer nighttime trips to the bathroom and a general improvement in your overall well-being. It's about protecting your precious sleep, which is one of the most powerful tools you have for maintaining your health as you age. We've explored how seemingly innocent late-night drinks, those evening meals, the amount we move, and even our screen habits can all play a significant role in how often your prostate calls you to the bathroom at night. We've talked about limiting fluid intake in the evening, cutting back on caffeine and alcohol as the day winds down, opting for lighter and earlier dinners, incorporating gentle movement into your evening, and creating a digital-free wind-down routine before bed. It might feel like a lot to take in, and perhaps even a bit overwhelming. But remember, these aren't drastic changes that require an overnight overhaul. The beauty of these adjustments is their simplicity and the fact that you can implement them gradually, one step at a time. You're not alone in this journey of wanting better sleep and improved health. Even focusing on just one or two of these suggestions for a week or two can make a world of difference to your sleep quality, your morning energy levels, and your overall sense of well-being. Think about it. Waking up feeling refreshed, having more energy to do the things you love during the day, and experiencing fewer disruptions to your precious sleep. These are all within your reach. It's not just about the prostate. It's about reclaiming your nights and, by extension, revitalizing your days. Better sleep impacts everything from your mood and mental clarity to your immune system and your physical vitality. It truly is foundational to living your best life. Now, remember at the beginning, I mentioned something that would surprise you. It's this many men simply accept frequent nighttime urination as just part of getting older, almost like an inevitable decline. But the real surprise, the truly empowering truth, is how much power you have to improve things by making these relatively simple daily shifts. It's not about complex medical procedures or expensive solutions. It's about recognizing the profound impact of your daily habits and taking charge of those choices. You don't have to just live with interrupted sleep and the frustration of constant bathroom trips. You have the agency to make changes that can lead to significant improvements, often sooner than you think. This realization that you hold the keys to better nights and healthier days is the most surprising and hopeful message of all. I'd truly love to hear from you. Have you tried any of these changes? What difference did they make for you? Or perhaps you have other night habits that you found helpful for your prostate and sleep. Share your experiences and insights in the comments below. Your story could truly inspire and help someone else in our community who is struggling with similar issues. If you found this video helpful, if it gave you even one new idea to try, please give it a thumbs up. That simple click tells YouTube to share this valuable information with more men who need to hear it. And if you haven't already, make sure to subscribe to the channel and hit that notification bell so you don't miss out on more practical, empowering advice for living your best life at every age. Remember, taking charge of your health at any age is a powerful act of self-care. You deserve restful nights and energetic days. Keep making those positive choices and live your best life at every age.